Okay, back again after some technical difficulties. I had my camera out here. Hopefully this holds up. I'll try this one more time. But we had, it's hot here, guys. It's hot here in Arizona, and it was like 104 earlier, so like it shut down my camera or whatever. So this might be a little... You might say, hey, I watched this already. I want to go through it again. So let's just get into it right here. Guys, there's so many different things and niches that are out there when it comes to reselling. A $1 billion industry is vinyl records. And I'm going to go into very great detail tonight about vinyl records and why you should be selling them and why I sell them. Vinyl records are at a 25-year-old high. I mean, in 25 years, these vinyl records are climbing up, right? People are collecting these, they're buying them, and the sales are on the rise. There's no doubt about it. You can look up, which we'll go into in a little bit here. We'll look up some statistics, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But 50% of buyers that are purchasing these vinyl records are under the age of 25, right? Which is very interesting to me because it's like, hey, why are the younger generation buying them? And it can be many different reasons why, right? But I think it boils down to, like, you know, we live in a market right now where everything's digital and downloads, and people just want like a keepsake, you know, like whether it's video games, people want something that, you know, they can actually hold in their hand versus just something they download on a hard drive or a PS4 or whatever, right? So that's why there's a demand. And then there's music in general. I was talking about this in the live stream, which it got deleted, but I'm a big music guy. I mean, I really am. I love everything music, you know. I love going out there and just playing records, for example, right? And listening to like Creedence Clearwater, or, you know, maybe it's some old hip hop. Like I just played a Public Enemy one. I'm like, this is cool. And there's people that want that pure sound. They don't want the iPod, iPhone thing. You know, they want something to hold. And this is why this market's huge, massive. Then there's the collectors. There's collectors out there. They want 10, 20, 30,000 records, right? And it's kind of like the video game market, guys. And that's why I was really excited to come to you tonight and talk to you about the vinyl records and why you should get into them, because it's the craze. The craze is the same as the video game market, you know? You see on YouTube here a lot of these collectors and these gamers that are, you know, they're hardcore with their stuff, and they want this stuff. They're collecting it. This is their passion. This is their drive. And this is what they're doing on Saturdays and Sundays when they're not working. They want to collect vinyl records, okay? They want sound. They want to be able to sit and chill and hear the needle drop, right? You know, that whole Pearl Jam, Spin the Black Circle. There's a whole vibe going on right now when it comes to vinyl records. There really is. And the market, in my opinion, is wide open. And it's a market where it's not flooded. It's kind of open. I mean, this isn't like groundbreaking information. Like, hey, you know, selling vinyl records is not new, right? But a lot of talk online, and it's always about thrift store this, thrift store that. And I wanted to come to you tonight and say, listen, let's just build a niche. Let's build a niche together. If you want to be a part of something, this is an opportunity for you to do so, right? Because there's so many different ways to do reselling. I'm not trying to come tonight and say this is the right way or wrong way, other than the fact that vinyl sells, and I'm going to prove that to you guys here, right? It sells, and it's easily obtainable from thrift shops or garage sales. It's out there, and you just got to know, hey, you got to know how to do this, right? At the end of the day, let me just show you some facts real quick, guys. All right, T-shirts, okay? I'm a big person when it comes to thrifting and used stuff and garage sale, finding clothing. But let's just go over some numbers here. And tonight's talk will be, I'm not going to be looking at the chat. I appreciate you guys that are leaving comments and stuff like that. But we're going to be talking about, let's just dive into vinyl, right? And then we'll get into Q&A and we'll do this, that. I've come on YouTube here many, many years talking about reselling, talking about this, talking about clothing. I mean, I was the first person talking about clothing, period. Let's just put it that way, right? I don't care what anybody says. It's proven. It's a fact. It's dated, okay? Because I've been doing this, guys, for a long time, okay? And now we have markets where people, they're selling $8 items shipped, $9 items shipped, and you're like, dude, whoa, you know? And this is more for the new people coming in, right? You really shouldn't be looking at items going, hey, I want to sell that for $9 shipped. I mean, there's channels on YouTube that are built like that, and that's great. People, you can make money if that's your business in volume, selling T-shirts, okay, and clothing that maybe you get at the weigh-in pay or you get it at a storage unit or whatever it may be. There's great money in that, but if you're, I've seen, let me just throw this out there. I've seen YouTube videos, I've seen their eBay accounts, and the highest priced item they've ever sold in the past 90 days is $15 shipped. To me, that's frightening. It's like, dude, why? Why do you like that? And then you know they teach other people. Whatever happened to capitalistic? Feeling that, hey man, let's make some money off this. Let me try to take this shirt I paid 50 cents for, and let's try to get 30 today. Nobody thinks that way anymore. Okay, some of us do. Some of us really do. We're like, dude, no, that's a badass shirt. That's a badass vintage shirt, right? I'm gonna hold off. I'm not gonna play the $8, $9 bin game. Okay. Again, that system works for certain people, not for me in my business. I don't want to run my business selling 600 items over the course of 60 days and profiting certain dollar amounts, okay? And I'm going to show you guys this, okay? My reasoning behind this. Now, yes, I do sell things for cheap like that, for sure, right? Because why not? But my total business model is not selling $9 to $12 items shipped. Okay, to be some kind of rock star or some kind of guru here on YouTube, guys. I come on YouTube, no joke. Drinking a Coors Light here, okay? Come to you, no agenda, blinders off, just telling you straight up how this business is, because I don't watch too many videos, but I see the craziness, guys. I see it. Man, everybody and their mother's talking about reselling on YouTube. They're saying, dude, I crushed this, I crushed that, I'm cool. It's almost obnoxious. I'm just being honest. It's obnoxious to the point where it's like, what? Right? A lot of things have really been talked about for a long time if you go back on other people's channels, stuff like that. But let's just throw the facts out here. T-shirts, okay? Used T-shirt market, okay? Currently, 809,000 listings active. 809,000 active listings. T-shirts. So when you're out there picking your general T-shirt, you're going to have to compete with the other 809,000 people, all right, to sell your shirt. Now, how can you sell your shirt? Let's just talk about that briefly, okay? If it's vintage, you're going to get more money for it. If it's desirable, you're going to get more money for it. If it's run-of-the-mill stuff, it's going to clog up the pipeline, guys, okay? And that's what's happening here with the T-shirt market. It's clogged up, right? There's people selling. Somebody posted something on my video a couple days ago and said, hey, check out my eBay store, I'm crushing it. And I clicked, and I'm like, oh, whoa, what's this? 99 cents with free shipping, an auction. And that's what it ended for, 99 cents free shipping. That person was left there going now, hey, and they were bragging to me. This was scared me. I'm like, dude, no, dude, you sold that for 99 cents with free shipping. Okay, we still got to take out eBay fees, PayPal fees, and we got to ship it. You lost money, right? So again, you can go look right now, type in simple keywords like this T-shirt, and just click used, and look at that market. 809,000 active listings. Now, in the past 90 days, 400,000 have sold. Okay, eBay does not show you. eBay only shows you 30 days of complete listings that did not sell. They don't, because they know what people are thinking. Oh, let me just do a ratio of buy-sell ratio. See, eBay did this probably a couple years ago where they got rid of the other 60 days of the 90 days of items that were completed but never sold. So that ratio looks very good on paper, right? Looks amazing. 809,000 active, 400,000 sell, right? That tells us, man, 50% of T-shirts sell on eBay. That's not the reality, okay? It's not the reality of what's going on here, because they're not even showing the other 1.2 million, right, that ended in that 90 days. They're only showing you a glimpse of the 30 days on the completed listings that did not sell. So for people that are watching and you're looking, going, trying to figure out the sell-through ratios, T-shirts, there's money in them, but the ratio on basic general stuff, it's like freaking playing lottery, guys. I'll be honest, okay? You have a Hollister shirt you want to sell for $10 shipped, that might sit in your store for 6 months, man. You know what I mean? Because again, let's look at some basic facts here, okay? We're here to talk business, guys. That's why I'm coming here live tonight. Talk business. Let's talk business, man. Let's just figure this shit out. Look at the numbers. Why should you be holding onto a t-shirt to sell for $12 shipped or $10 shipped for 6 months? No, I do it because I've already bought it, right? But I'm not actively out there buying these items to do that. And again, there's people that do this, and that's their business model. That's great. You want to run a volume, that's amazing. You know, I'm a one-man show here. Steve's out there. He's helping me, right? Kim's helping me in the behind the scenes. But I don't list 300 items a day on eBay. I don't, right? There's no magic pill to that. I mean, I've talked about this and other things where you can list more if you do certain steps. Where if you eliminate a mannequin and you eliminate some of the grunt work behind it all. So, if you're out there listening right now and you're like, oh man, that number scares me, right? There's that many active... Because guys, I made a post 4 years ago. I made actually a video about it. And I said, 4 years ago, look at how many t-shirts are on eBay. And at that time, used t-shirts, it was 189,000. Fast forward, just 4 years. It's now 800,000. 800,000. So when you're out there looking at those generic t-shirts, you got to really say to yourself, are you the low-cost producer? That's what I'm trying to get at. Are you the low-cost producer? You should not be giving Goodwill or Salvation Army $2 of your hard-earned money to sell a junk t-shirt on eBay for $10. You should not be selling a 1993 Batman or like Johnny Goodbye's my buddy the other day picked up a Candlebox t-shirt, concert shirt. We should not be selling these things for as cheap as a lot what I see, you know? And I understand, man. I understand it's about hustle. It's about paying the bills. It's about doing whatever you can to get by. But it's destroying that t-shirt market. And I'm going to make another video about that. Now let's talk about vinyl, okay? Vinyl currently, 450,000 active listings. Again, this is the used market. You can look these up. You'll see what I'm talking about. 450,000 active. Now, you look through there, it's very confusing. You're like, man, is there really money in vinyl records? Yes, there is. There's good money. And then there's 3 different sectors to vinyl. There's, I'm making a couple bucks. I made $10, and then I hit a gem. And we're going to talk about that. Of the 450,000 listings that are active, 190,000 have sold. A lot better odds, a lot less competition to some extent. There is competition with vinyl. There's no denying that. No denying that. There's competition there. But there's some issues, okay? But they do sell every day. Just, again, if you're watching right now live, type in vinyl just type in vinyl on eBay, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see people selling. The odds are better than the t-shirt, the basic t-shirt, the Gap t-shirt, the Denver Broncos 2009 t-shirt that doesn't mean shit to anybody, right? What I'm trying to tell you guys and talk to you guys about is maybe if you're in an area where you could find vinyl records, or you don't know anything about vinyl records, it could be lucrative, okay? I'm not here to talk to you guys and sell you anything and tell you, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to teach you how to make $1.2 million on vinyl records. No. Because this is work. All this is work. If you're watching on my channel, you've been on my channel here, I work. I work for a living. I make YouTube videos. I do get paid making YouTube videos, guys. There's no doubt about it. Okay? There's no doubt about it. I've never been one to deny it. I make money, and I'm happy that there's actually people watching. And I really appreciate you guys that watch the videos. I go out there and I make these daily vlogs to be different than everybody else, okay? See, because a long time ago, I was the guy, how to sell 5 items on eBay. Here are 20 items that sell for amazing profits. With all these little catchy titles that some people like to call clickbait, once I realized when the masses started coming through on the YouTube channel, I said, dude, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be known as that. I don't want to be that guy with that shitty title on YouTube, how Johnny Smith made $2.7 million and interview that guy. Those days are gone, man. Those are pipe dreams people are trying to feed to other people. And a lot of you guys watch YouTube. Okay? I think a lot of you guys that stay tuned with me and stay subscribed to me watch, and you really truly believe sometimes what I'm saying to you. Okay? About time management. We don't need to waste our time anymore, right? We need to get our asses in line and work, right? We shouldn't be waiting for the next video from somebody who's literally not even a true reseller, but they just want to tell you, listen, I'm going to show you 50 ties that sold for X amount of dollars. And then, you know, it's the stupid effect. It's like the turtles are walking in and people, I'm blown away, man. Damn, I had no idea. Well, again, if you're new to eBay, you're new to reselling, that might be mind-blowing to you when you watch that video. I had no idea. But man, you got the phone right next to you, dude. You got the app. Wait, check it out. Go to the bathroom. When you're driving down the street and you're stuck in traffic, or wherever you're at, where there's a time thing, where you can't manage your time, but you have to do it, like dropping your kids off at school, pick up the phone, go to your eBay app, and just type in something. Type in vinyl. Type in rare leather men's jeans. You know what I'm saying? Just type that in, and you can be amazed what it is. Because there is this... I teach one way, other people teach another way, right? I come out here and I tell you guys the straight up truth about how I run my business, how I resell, okay? All to better help you. That's it. What's my gain out of this, dude? What do I get out of this? I make a little bit of AdSense money, guys. That's it. Okay? That's about it. But I'm not... to be fair with everybody, I just come out and just tell you straight up, man. Like if you watch my videos and you come across and you meet me one day, you're like, dude, you help me? Hey, I'm not here to BS stuff with you guys. I'm not here to say or to sell you something. Like, look at how cool I am because I'm going to show you for the next 30 minutes 80 items that other people sold. Okay? Do you understand where I'm coming from? So let's make that clear because we're going to cut that off right now. Just want to make that clear for you smart individuals that really see up, above, and beyond what the rest are doing. Okay? Let's make that clear. So, back to the vinyl records, right? There's t-shirts that are moving up. The quantities are going up. The active listeners are going up. It's hard to sell those t-shirts. The vinyl records, on the other hand, don't get me wrong, they can sit forever. We're going to talk about that, right? I broke it down into 3 categories with vinyl records. There's common records, okay? And 90% of the records you're going to get are common. Okay, they're common. They're not. They're $7, $8, $9 shipped. Okay, it's like it's warrant. You know, 80s warrant band. You know, it's just the market is what it is. Then there's a rarity record, and that's going to be about 5 to 9% of what you actually find in the wild. Like when you're running around, you're finding a lot of it. And then there's the gem. The gem is the 1%. 1%. Now, isn't that? Again, let's go back, and I just 90% common, 9% rarity, and 1% gem. Okay, that's vinyl records. Now you could say, well, I'm just going to only go out and try to find those rarities and gems. Sure, you could do that if you know the market very well to some extent. You know the titles and this is that, but it's an ever-changing game because. I think if you're going to get in this market, you're going to buy in bulk somewhere, right? You're just not going to go into Goodwill or Salvation Army and pick out a classical record and say, oh, I think this is worth money, and sell it for $500. So what a lot of us are going to face is the $7 to $9 shipped record, okay? And I want to talk about that really clearly here because a $7 record price point shipped. Again, this is the common. Now, when I say common, it's $7 to like $13, guys, right? So as we move up from the chain here, $7 price point, 7 shipped. All this stuff goes media mail, okay? All this goes media mail. A $7 shipped record is going to bring you a $3 profit. Okay, that's it. $3. It's not like mind-blowing, oh my God, this is that. But the work involved with that is not very much, right, guys? It's not much. You're not putting this thing on a mannequin. You know, you can store a lot of records, and it's $3. $3, guys, right? And you know, obviously nobody really wants to sell commons, but $3 adds up over time to some extent. the reason for tonight's video was to say, listen, man, if you can understand where I'm coming from when I'm trying to portray to you and to help you, if you see a pile of vinyl records at a garage sale and they want $10 for them, dude, and that's like $800 worth of records, it's a good buy, right? So, where do you sell records at? Plenty of places. You know, I just mentioned a few here. There's eBay, there's Etsy, there's Amazon. You can create your own e-commerce site. You can crush it local flea market, guys. Honestly, right? Me and Steve, you know, we've been out hustling. We've had our garage sales. We've probably done $150 in record sales locally. Just locally, by people coming in. We're not even selling the records. They'll come in this garage and they're like, oh, dude, the vinyl records? Next thing you know, the guy's digging through my stash. You know? So, you go to a flea market. Every flea market will have that vinyl guy. You know, when I lived in Illinois, you know, the Rosemont Horizon, the Wolf's Flea Market, there was the vinyl guy. And that guy always made money. He always made money. And there's a lot of ways to do this reselling. But focus on the vinyl here. There's a lot of ways to do vinyl. So if you don't want to sell your commons on eBay, you don't want to sell them on Etsy, think about the flea market. Think about an antique booth, dude. Just lay them out there, $4 or $5, right? Because think about it, most common records, 7 to 12, shipped. Okay, you make $3 profit. But what if you have an antique spot? What if you have a local scene where you're going to get $5 with no fees, right? Maybe a small fee with a consignment thing, right? Maybe it's $1. You're still coming ahead of the online eBay, right? Selling that Journey vinyl record that everybody sells on eBay for $8, but you just sold it locally for $5 because somebody walked in and goes, dude, there's vinyl on it. They're a collector. It's like, you gotta look at it like this. It's like video games. It's like NES video games, right? You can put all these little common games up there that sell for $5 to $10 shipped, but locally, no fees with eBay. People do that. There's game stores everywhere that do that. There's flea market booths that do that. They do that all day. All day. They just sell those little common games. So, like, where do you find these items at? Okay, obviously, guys, I'm online. Where do we find this at? Garage sales, flea markets, thrift. Okay, maybe start putting ads up. Hey, I'm looking for vinyl, guys. I'm telling you, vinyl's on the rise. Google it. Just look it up. You'll see. Look at the numbers I'm talking about, guys. I mean, I'm doing this to help you. I'm doing this to say, listen, you know, look into this, because you could buy bulk vinyl record buys and get vinyl records for 10 cents, man. 10 cents. Where else can you do that? With clothing. Some of you guys are going to say, well, I get that at the bin for 10 cents. No. I don't know where a bin place yet where you're getting t-shirts for 10 cents. And maybe you are. Amazing. I wish you're getting into everything cheap, because I am on the cheap, guys. I'm always looking for the deal. I want the deal, because that deal, we've all heard that saying, right? It's all about the buy. That's great. The buy's the buy, but then you get a list of stuff. You buy so cheap, dude, and you spend $50 and now you got 500 records. Now you got time, right? But you're not chasing down other products, okay, to some extent. So there's ways to find these things. They're everywhere. They really are. But they're not predominantly in the Salvation Armies and the Goodwills. Leave a comment. I'm going to look right now. Are you guys finding, like, in those two stores, Salvation Army, Goodwill, I'm going to throw out Sabres, are you finding massive amounts of vinyl records there? I'm really curious. I'm going to start the comments for a few here, but I'm really curious because they don't do them. Or if they do, it's just a very mixed lot, or sometimes they do get like a crate or two of them in, but their prices are ridiculous. You know? Yeah, Easy Money says I found about 30 in Goodwill today. Okay, so Easy Money, somebody tell me, what'd you pay for 30 of them? They're not selling these vinyl records for, again, the big name stores are not selling them for, you know, $1.50. Yeah, I mean, and then, you know, and again, this is the difference here. We're going to talk about condition, because there's a big difference when it comes to buying from Goodwill. And, yeah, here, Vlogs by Callie. Making videos for a while. My Goodwill prices are crazy. Yeah, I mean, mine are over here, dude. I go over there, $2.49 a record. I'm like, dude, I pull the record out. I'm like, dude, this is scratched to bejesus. You know, it's not mint condition. Yeah, you heard the crazy car, the bin seller records for 10 cents. Yeah, I mean, again, as consumers, as resellers, we want to be able to get the stuff for the lowest prices possible. And I'm really enjoying what you guys are saying here. Is that, where are you finding them at? Here, my Goodwill had them for $2 each. Easy Money came back. So at $2, it would not make any sense to buy these common records to sell them for $7, right? Because you're going to make a $3 profit. You're going to make $1. It's not worth your time at that point. So let's talk about why this niche is important, okay? Long-term income, right? If you're able to buy vinyl records on the cheap, like a lot of you guys are posting right now, 10 cents, 5 cents, bulk buys, long-term investment, man. Once you list a vinyl, you let it sit there and marinate, man. I mean, it's like everything. It's like a vintage t-shirt. Just let it marinate. Obviously, we want it to sell tomorrow, right? But we got to face it. It's 2017, guys. And I don't know about you guys, but when I look at my eBay listings and I look at the views on some of these listings, they're very low, okay? They're very low. And it's because some of these categories I'm selling in are really saturated, you know what I'm saying? So when you list something and you think it's great and it's cool, like a t-shirt or a piece of clothing or a blazer, and then a week goes by and you actually look at how many people actually clicked on that or like viewed that, and it's like 9, I'm willing to bet right now majority of all of our items that are sitting in the stores that have sat there for, I don't know, let's say 60, 90 days, have less than 10 views on them. Leave a comment. I'm curious. Okay. Again, everybody has different approaches to reselling. I have my own approach. I'm a long-tail guy, but I do fast flips. But you know where I'm coming from, guys? When you list an item and you're looking at it and you're like, dude, yeah, God, I just listed that. It's been sitting there now for, 45 days, and I relisted it the second time, and the thing has only ever gotten 20 views. It's because there's a saturation to it, right? And that's where you got to look at your niche or your market and say to yourself, well, is this where I want to continue down my path? Or do you want to find something completely different, right? Where you go and you find items that are rare, they're unique, that are desirable, that will get many, many views. And you can run a business that whole way. Shit, man, that would be the greatest way. But for somebody like myself, I'm about taking little pennies over here into 10s and 20s over here, right? But at the same time, I'll spend 50s, 100s over here to get 200s, 300s over here. I've always been a volume approach guy. I've always been the dollar store menu type of guy, right? Because why not? I mean, I buy these records for 10 cents, and some of them are 30, 40 bucks. Why not, man? Shit. You just list it on eBay, 20 cents here. Oh, here's your eBay. Give it to eBay, right? Because that's what you always do. It drives me nuts when I hear these people talk about, I want to have 25,000 items in my store. Why would you ever want that? Why? Is that bragging? I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys? Somebody tell me this. I'm curious. Why would you, if you had that many items in your store, are you successful? Are you doing something right? I don't think you are. Talk to me, people, please. Somebody tell me I'm nuts here. Okay? I can understand an Amazon store, 25, 30,000 items, right? But an eBay store, it's a lot of work, a lot of hustle, waiting. Okay? Waiting. And again, I'm going into this niche that I'm talking about right now that it is a waiting game on some of these vinyl records. But I don't ever see myself having 30,000 vinyl records on eBay, because guess what? After 2,000 or 3,000 maybe, I'd say, forget this. Guess what I'm creating? I'm creating Mike's Vinyl, ArizonaVinyl.com, man. Want to know why? Because that shit works. Because you're taking your niche on eBay to another market. See where I'm coming from? There's no reason none of you should be watching that person or listening to whoever is talking about, my goal is to get 25,000 listings. You've heard me talk about, me and Steve are trying to get 23,000 dollars gross on eBay. 25,000 listings? Dude, you know how long you'll be listing that shit for? Just being honest, throwing it out there. So, back to why niche. You get the long-term income. It comes in. Stuff sells. It's like anything. Long tail, it sells. You have, really you do have consistent sales. If you have a good-sized eBay store with vinyl, and I'm talking, let's just be realistic here. Let's just say a 5,000 piece to 1,000 piece, even to a 500 piece vinyl eBay store. You can do very, very well. Very well. If you're buying in bulk, if you're become that low-cost producer, right? Then there's money there. There's money there when you're the low-cost producer. When you're the low-cost producer, dude, you can change the market, right? But it's all, vinyl is all based on condition and price. I see Chad's in the chat here, Golden Finger Picker, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm incorrect here, but he sold some crazy Beatle album for a lot of money, right? There's money there with vinyl. But that record that Chad got, that sold for whatever amount, or anybody you've ever heard of who sold a high dollar amount, that's what I was talking about, guys, the gem. If you didn't look, you didn't know, you pass up the gem. Every category, everything you sell, there's a gem in that category, okay? And you don't need to go buy the next freaking mastery course of some guy who's going to tell you about items right, that they don't even sell, and you're gonna buy it. They don't even sell it. They're just nitpicking. Guys, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I mean, again, I don't listen to what goes on YouTube. That's why I'm doing this show tonight. I hear things, people tell me things. I'm out there reselling, man. I just told you May was freaking terrible for me. I took responsibility. I'm listening. I listed like freaking 50 things today. I'm out there hustling, man. Like you guys. If I want to sell you, I would sell you. And I have a course. I got a whole website built with multiple courses from experience. But do you ever hear me go out there and try to sell you something? Do you ever hear me go out there and grab sheep because they want to be freaking popular on YouTube and want to be a part of the live show on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? Do you ever see me, Mike Franco, Global Voodoo? Do I ever do that to you? And show you, let's talk about Johnny Smith here. Johnny, it's an amazing story. You started a month ago, and now you're pushing $600,000 this month selling shoes. Do you ever hear that come out of my mouth? You don't, right? Because it's a realness factor. See, there's a big difference here. You guys that are watch on YouTube, okay? If you're here for one of two reasons: education and entertainment, okay? And I'm really thinking a lot of these days now, guys, a lot of you are here for entertainment because some of you are listening to whatever's going on out there. And I hope that God, everything you listen to and the time you put into it makes you money. I really do. And I'm not here to say anything. I said in my video weeks back when they were trying to sending me death threats and attack. I'll just say this: my wife got fired. Okay, let's put it that way. I told you guys, hey, I'm not here to police you guys anymore, right? Listen to who you want. Listen to this, that. Pay for what you want. Don't matter, man. But I'll tell you what: when I come out here and I'm gonna drop knowledge. I'm gonna give you some vinyl tips, right? I'm gonna give you this. This is what you gotta do. Like me or not, I'm not out of here actively saying, let me just get a bunch of these freaking idiots, okay, that want to be cool on YouTube. See, I don't think I'm cool on YouTube. I don't think I'm popular. I'm not trying to be a superstar. Because if I did, I've got the money. If I want to fix my teeth, if I want to comb my hair correctly, right, guys? Come on, man. Let's just be real here, man. Like, we're sitting at the bar, and I'm in a Coors Light, right? This isn't about drama or nothing like that. It's just, you know, at some point here, if you want to have a community. See, I'm not in a community anymore, guys. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not in a community. I've eliminated myself from once. I had the biggest, largest freaking Facebook group, the first one to start. I got rid of that. I'm like, dude, I don't need this. Stupid. The only community I have here is with you people here on YouTube. And my Pick for Profit group. I don't need to be, let me just go kiss their butt for a while. Let me get so-and-so on my show so I can be popular. I don't need that. I don't need to kiss anybody's ass. Because that's what's going on right now. A lot of craziness. So, got interrupted there. Plus, I've had a couple Coors Lights. Let me go back to the condition notes. Conditions with vinyl records. Again, that was a warning for you guys, right? Just listen. And some of you that make YouTube videos, why don't you just stand up and say something, do something about it? No, they don't. No, they don't. And we're going to get into that after I'm finished this. I'm going to get really heavily into that, why they don't do that. And there's some people in the chat that do it right now, that sit there after what I watched from yeah, we'll get into that. Condition notes, guys, right? Really quick. Vinyl records. You get a vinyl record, never match the lowest price you see on eBay, right? Because most of the stuff you see on eBay, the lowest price is a shitty picture. The guy doesn't know how to grade a record. He doesn't even test it. It's like the guy that commented last week on my videos. You test every vinyl record? Oh my God. Yeah, I do. What's wrong with that, dude? I got other stuff going on, dude. I got freaking Doobie Brothers playing in the background, man. It's good to go, right? And when I pile up a stack of records, I go list them, right? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with selling a quality product to a customer? If they want to buy a Doobie Brothers record from me, it works, man. It freaking works. Dude, it plays, dude. You can hear freaking every tune. Because the worst thing in the world is to buy a vinyl record from somebody, or even from a thrift store. You bring it home, and like, dude, I got it. I got that freaking record. And it skips. You're like, dude, what? What? So, condition's key. When you have condition, and you understand the grading system and how this all works, man, you become now you become a lot higher than those lowballers, dude, selling freaking Stevie Nicks for $5 shipped, or selling freaking Nirvana for $3, right? It's all about condition, and because there's people buying. It's like video games. It's like everything else, like video games, man. You have a shitty picture of your record, dude. Yeah, you sold it for $5, but I turned around and sold that same record for 14. Why? Am I great? No, I just had a better presentation, man. You know what I'm saying? Better presentation a lot of times brings more money. You know, that's what some of these other channels on YouTube don't talk about. You know, some of these cats, you know, they'll just sit there and go, oh no, we sold that for $8 shipped. What, dude? I know people that sell the stuff that everybody else sells on YouTube that talks about it, $8, $9 shipped. These bulk buyers, these mass listers, that just go, hey, dude, I'm not doing that. I sold that for $15, $20 shipped. I have no problem waiting, right? Because what do you really have in these products? It's when you become let me just say this. Once you become eBay's bitch, you became eBay's bitch, guys. And when you're eBay's bitch, that means you got to keep listing and selling every second of the day. Every second of the day. A lot of us and a lot of people are that, because that's all they're focused on is eBay. When you don't have to be eBay's bitch. And you can have other platforms there where you're like, dude, I'm not going to sell that stuff that cheap, dude. I see the completeds, dude. I see people selling like here, perfect brand, the Mountain T-shirt. People sell that for $18, $20 all day, every day. It sells. But there's other people that sell for $7 shipped. Right? Why not have just a little bit of patience with stuff, right? Because they don't have any patience. They don't have any real skill. Anyway. So bulk buying is where you're going to be able to get your vinyl money at, right? You're going to be able to go in there, and some dude's got a garage sale, and you're going to walk there, and he's got 2 crates of records. You're like, dude, how much? I don't know, 40? And you're like, dude, 20? And now you just freaking pulled it in, and you got all these records. You got 200 records, man. That's going to bring you, even let's say worst case scenario, the common, like I was talking about earlier, $3 profit. That's $600. Or you could say to yourself, I don't want to go through that and list commons. Dude, just put an ad in Craigslist, okay? Record buyers will pay up. If it's good stuff, it's good condition, they will drop coin, man, trust me. Or do the flea market thing. Do the antique booth stuff. Do the consignment. Dude, people pay for records. There's no doubt about it. So, also, I want to throw this out there. And we're going to be going in more in depth with stuff like this, guys. You know, auctions do work with vinyl records. You know, you can throw out especially a Led Zeppelin or a Doors vinyl record, just throw it to auction, 99 cents free shipping. It's going to go for some money, right? But you got to know what you're doing with that stuff. You know, it's like throwing out a Super Mario game to some niches. You know what I mean? Going back to that niche, because that's what vinyl is, the niche. You throw out the Super Mario, 99 cent free shipping. Damn right it's going to get bids, man. Damn right you're going to get some bids on this stuff, right? But you can't do that with Billy Joel. Billy Joel is not going to bring you bids on freaking eBay. You know, it's just not. So, I wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to encourage you, and I know I got a little mixed up in the brain and the membrane about talking about vinyl, but there's a market for vinyl. There's definitely a market for vinyl, especially a lot of you clothing guys that are out there and clothing girls. You should be looking into it because there's money in it. Because it's just the same thing, like I said, right? There's commons, there's rarities, and there's gems, and that exists through every product that you're ever going to find when you're sourcing. Whether it's t-shirts, whether it's vinyl records, whether it's glassware, or you're Drew the California Picker, I see him in the comment, and you're finding, you know, why is Drew skilled? How can Drew tell a $10 painting from a $500 painting or a $1,000 painting? Experience, okay? Get some experience in this, guys. So, yeah, same, you know, Mike Dalton, I see him in there, another Arizonian guy. Toys, Mike Dalton kills with toys. Mike Dalton's like an expert with toys. Okay, he goes to toy shows, right? He steps it up. He's doing things above and beyond, because life's not all about just eBay. Life's not just always about, I just need to focus on eBay. There's so many things we could do, man. There's Etsy, there's Amazon, there's local scenes, and you never hear any of these other resellers talk about how they flip some shelving like Steve did this week for $90 or $180, right? You know, why don't you hear that from these true experts, guys? Tell me. I'm not enjoying a cigarette, but just tell me, why don't you hear these from these other people? Because they're just here for entertain. They're here to entertain you, but they need this YouTube money. They need this AdSense, man. I am telling you, they need it. Number one indication is when all they do is upload videos, day in, day out. There's some dude 4 or 5 times a day. Hey, here I am. I'm juicing today. Here I am. I'm just taking God, I don't even know where I'm at. I had to go poo-poos. I had to do number 2s. Right, and they're gonna share on YouTube because, you know. And then some of you guys out there think that's great and cool. That so and so is the king. Or the expert that makes 6 videos a day on YouTube. Let me show you my bicep routine. Let me show you how I cut my grass. Yeah. When AdSense goes down, the videos go up. But here's the thing. Hey, again, I said this earlier, dude. Find one other reseller on YouTube that I am somewhat associated with. I cut them all off. To some extent. Seriously. Because it's crazy. It's egos. It's lying, thievery, cheatery. I want to be popular. Dude, I'm 40. I'll be 41 years old next week. Do you think I really care? Dude, if I'm popular on YouTube, man? Come on, man. Right? Do I? I don't care. All I care is, I've said this since day one. If there's an audience that's listening, I'm gonna give you something of value. Give you something of value, and try to steer you in the right path. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, dude. Where this is like, I just need to lie to you for you to buy my course or buy it in the Pig for Profit. That's not me, man. If you guys think that's me, you don't know the truth. You know, you don't know what's going on. And some of us that want to keep calling us a community are never ever going to say anything, because there's people that are going, I agree with you, bro, and then they make videos and they will do whatever they can to be on that popular show or to be getting a shout out. Why? Why? Because they want to be fucking cool, man. They want a little bit of taste of whatever this is. You know? Me and Jeff Warner's in the house. Johnny Goodbyes. I would call him YouTube subscriber for Global Voodoo number 3. Right? There's Craigslist Hunter. YouTube is fun, but it's crazy. It is, guys. I mean, we need to really see this, right? Let me just say this, because Pete's in the house. Pete's got a big audience, right? Knew Pete a long time ago. Pete's a great guy. He's out there. He's hustling. He's bustling. He's got his house. He's working it. If you want to call this a community of people, if you want to spend time and hours, multiple hours listening to people, Listen to the right people, man. Okay? And I'm not going to be the one anymore. And, I watched Picking Profits. Remember him, Andrew? Made videos. Book guy. He made a video. He said the same thing. Because me and him were on the same page. And I know Pete is too. Because me and Pete and Andrew, a long time ago, we did these shows. And they were fun and they were cool. But something stepped out of line with all of what's happening with the resellers. That's why you've seen two grown women. They're not even grown women. They're fighting. They want to kill each other. They want to do this. They want to do that. Right? Then there's people. I'm bigger. I'm better. It's like, dude, what's going on? Yeah, the community is what's here, right? In my opinion, it's the people that are here. Hey, man, I appreciate Mike. I support you, and people that watch Chad and Pete, the Craigslist Hunter, people that have been around enough. I mean, I see names, dude, like California Pickin', Show Enough, people that have been around a long time, man. That's the community, and we can't sit anymore and just and encourage these people, some of these people, and that's why I don't do anything with any of them. Yeah, Ronnie Hart here. Ronnie Hart. Yeah, he's an old school guy, but when you start to focus on the other half of the guy that just every day he's got to put out videos, and you support him because you want video views, that tells me you want to be popular. You want more AdSense, dude. You guys would shit your pants if I told you how much money I make with AdSense. Honestly, you would. You truly would. And I can say it. Because you know what? I worked for it every day. I worked for it. I was the guy. 5 years, every day. I just made video. Dude, people are making a course right now, literally copying my clothing course. Literally. Pinpoints. They're little bullet points. It's all Mike's shit. Come on, man. I'm nobody special, guys, but this is not a game. All right? This is my life. This is reselling. This is your life. This is you free. You go to the thrift store, you find stuff, you got to flip it and sell it and do that. You're Pete. Guy walks in there. Hey, here's a Rolex, Pete. Right? Pete's got to understand, dude, is that fake? You know what I'm saying, guys? I think at some point in time, there's some cats on YouTube here that know their stuff. And I think it's the older crowd, guys. Honestly, let me just throw this out there. You got Crazy Picker Life. I've said this since day one, dude. Is it not? Are they not the greatest reselling channel on YouTube? Super props to them. Come on, man. Come on. You got people like Craigslist Hunter, Alabama Pickers. You got all this stuff, right? These are people that are actually doing this for a living, right? Not some 24-year-old kids or 30-year-old kids that are going, dude, I'm going to be that. What's that guy's name? Steph? The dude with the Kindle thing, right? You guys remember this? Do you guys remember the Kindle fuckery that was happening that nobody wanted to say anything about, but only a couple of us actually said something like, hey, wait a minute, these people are screwing people? No, nobody remembers those days, do they? No, they don't, right? They don't. Nobody really cares, right? Do they? But they do care. If I step out of line on my channel or somebody else steps out of their line on their channel, everybody just jumps on your throat. Again, people tried to fire my wife. I've had death threats. It's crazy, people. I'm not making this up for views. I don't need the views. Because honestly, these drama videos, just for you guys that don't make videos, understand this, they don't even bring the dollars they used to. Okay? Trust me. You go make a rant video, you might be like, oh, dude, I got views, bro. Look at me, I'm cool. What'd you make, $6 AdSense? Yeah. Here, FBA Life. Paul's done a lot of different things. The guy that's he's still reselling, he's watching. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm not trying to, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to keep up with what everybody's doing or the young generation's doing. I'm not here to guide you in a direction, because I've tried that. It don't work, right? It don't. I'm just saying here, man, number one rule, dude. This shit works, dude. You can go buy stuff at the Goodwill, at the thrift store, dude, and make some coin, man. That's what works. That's all you need to know. Because if you can hustle and you get a little bit of that freaking thing in your brain and you know that, boom, boom, you're off and running, man. You're off and running. And, my channel takes a lot of heat from a lot of things, and I put up with it, no denying it. It's just go out there and do you and be you. But if you're gonna come on and make YouTube videos, man, just why don't you be real? Why don't you? So I saw somebody make a comment. What do you guys want to hear me say in my videos? See, they come to my channel trying to ask, like, what does the audience want to see? They want to see something different, man. And they don't want to see somebody lying to people. They don't want to see BS, you know? I was trying to tell you guys straight up, man. You know, there's money in YouTube to some extent, but, I mean, it's taken me 5-6 years to make a little bit of money. I mean, and it's not like... If I could trade all in for, you know, here's some big charity, I'd give it to charity because it doesn't mean much, man. It helps, but you gotta keep it real, man. That's the whole point. What I'm saying, keep it real. If you're trying to build a YouTube channel, keep it real. Be yourself. You don't need to go, if you're a reseller, and try to be where these other people are at that are making 6-7 videos a day. You don't need to be where these people are at and think I got to get to them to be who I am. And I've watched so many, man, so many whore themselves out to get to that top. But here's the question. Here's the $1 million question. Guys, I'm sitting here, right? I don't know, 28,000 subscribers. I'm really humbled that I have that many. I'm blown away that I have that many, especially the way I am. I smoke, I drink, I cuss. You know, I make vlogs, and, you know, here, I'm showing you a bologna sandwich one time, and then I'm showing you some freaking book I sold on Amazon 5. But have you ever seen me try to go on the up? Have you ever seen me try to go with these other people to get some fame? That speaks a lot of volumes, man. It does. Again, it does. And you got to look at that. And you see people like Craigslist Hunter. You don't see him do that. He goes, hey, I'm doing this live show with Ronnie Hart and Golden Figure Picker. Good people. Hangs out over there. You don't see him. Maybe he wants to. I don't know. To each his own, man. Each his own. So, I want to say one more thing before I get off here. I guess the other day there was a woman, and I'm not going to mention names, I think we all know, who came on YouTube, and their son had autism. Scary, very scary, right? Diagnosis of that, and she started to GoFundMe. You know, hey, help me. You know, and no matter what her situation was, you know, or if her house is paid for, whatever, you know, that's what she decided to do. And it wasn't, my opinion, I don't think it was fake. Maybe she bluffed everybody. People jumped down her throat. People, you know, people were acting like crazy people. It reminded me of my situations. I'm like, damn, dude, people get nuts. People want to kill each other. But then I saw something that blew my mind, guys. That absolutely blew my mind from another YouTuber that's got a good following. That's part of other people I talked about tonight. That I could not believe when I watched that video what those people did. I could not believe it. I could not believe how the arrogance and the ego and how they treated that girl, that other reseller, blew my mind. They wanted to outdo her. They wanted to say, you don't know anything because we know autism. Dude, that's how fucked up this reselling community is. And the fact, and I want some of you that are actually, because some of you commented, you should think twice about having her in any one of your fucking rallies, period. Because that's evil, disturbing, and that's what I'm coming at, guys. That is the truth, okay? If you watched it and saw it, you should cut all ties with that person, anybody she is associated with, period. Because no mother should ever judge another mother because, well, my son's got autism. While they let their kid with autism run around the school, well, we're not going to give him any special treatment and beat a kid with a book? Come on, man. So think about that. That's the freaking drama for tonight. And some of you have been called out. And some of you won't even say a fucking word about it. Go out there, be great, guys. The vlog's coming tomorrow. I'm going to go out there hustling. I told you, June's no joke. But some of you saw what was happening there. And some of you will take action. Some of you won't. Some of you won't care because it's all about entertainment. It's all about drama. I don't need money. I don't need AdSense, dude. What am I going to make off this video? $8? So watch who you're watching. Watch when you see these people that clearly were out of line. And nobody says anything about them. Nobody does, especially in that little circle. And you've been told Again, because I come on here and I tell you the straight up truth. That's what it is. Don't like it? It is what it is. I want you guys to be great. I want you guys to go make some money. Go list some stuff. Go make it happen. Tomorrow my vlog, I'm going to come out. Boot. I list stuff. I make stuff. All right? Did I make $1 million today? No, I didn't. I didn't. But guess what? I'm going to make $300 tomorrow. I'm going to keep hustling and making the money. But we don't go out, if we're calling ourselves a community, and when people are belittling people over their kids, or trying to outdo, my kid's autism, you don't know about your autism? That's disturbing. And one of you, yeah, I don't address shit publicly. Yeah, you don't. But you encourage it, and you like to take that money, don't you? When you do your reseller rally, you're fucking $20,000, $30,000. Remember that. Remember that. Your community of people are supporting that individual woman and her husband. Disturbing. I'm out. Peace.